Afternoon, everyone. My name is Leah. I am a former first responder, and I have seen some hard things. I have done some hard things, and I'm here to tell you my least helpful advice that I've ever heard, and that is to make sure after a really hard event that you eat healthy, that you sleep well, and that you exercise, because guess what? Those were the three things that I did not want to do and didn't seem very practical at the time. So usually after a really hard event, I would go home and I would sleep erratically because things are hard sometimes. And I would, sit down and watch Netflix or whatever else I could. That was before smartphones were a really big thing, and I didn't sit down and watch tons of videos. And I certainly would go and get my favorite food, which was buffalo chicken tenders and a chocolate milkshake, which is the epitome of health. But to be completely honest, those are all things that, first responders do. Those are all things that non-first responders do on a really hard day, is we go home and we use those bits and pieces of coping mechanisms that we already have in place. So if you're already an exercise geek, sometimes that can look like over exercising and really not taking care of yourself. I have known a lot of people that are really great people and they do really great things for their body and for their health, but then when they have a stressful day, instead of going home and running the normal 5 miles that they might run, then they'll go ahead and run 10 miles just to sort of, punish themselves or think through things or whatever they want to call it. But it's the same mechanism as going home and just eating all the unhealthy junk. And so I'm here to tell you that things can be different and you can take care of yourself, and it is okay to slow down. So really the most helpful advice that I have ever gotten has been sleep when you can. Sleep when it's safe to sleep, of course, because that's important. You can't sleep while you're driving. Please don't do that. Doesn't end well, and then you'll end up seeing somebody like me in my former life, picking you up when things have gone horribly wrong. But some things that you can do that will actually help prepare you for the hard days. We can talk about resiliency all day long, and I'll do a later video on that. But if you don't have built in some safeguards for when your days are hard, your days will inevitably be hard, and you will have a moment where you can make a split-second decision or a non-decision, and it changes the course of things for you. So I can tell you that I have met really good people that have, they go home and they take one drink at the end of the day, and that's not a big deal if that's your thing, to take one drink at the end of the day. But that one drink at the end of the day quickly turns into one box of wine or 1 liter or, one case of beer. And I know plenty of folks that have done that. And then they've got themselves a lifelong problem instead of a momentary problem. So what are the things that we can do as safeguards for ourselves? I think one of the first things that was really helpful for me, and you don't have to go all out and start portioning out all of your food, but get food that is grabbable and eatable, doesn't matter, that you can just grab and eat, that doesn't involve any preparation whatsoever. So not microwavable, not have to stick in the oven, not, oh my goodness, I have to put 3 things together. Like literally have a bag of grapes or whatever your favorite fruit is. It could be a banana, it could be an apple. And anytime you are super bored, anytime you are not taking care of yourself, because, we all eat when we're bored. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. But if you are super, super tired and it has been a terrible shift, a bag of grapes will do you better than nothing at all, or will do you better than sitting down and eating, a bag full of Reese's peanut butter cups. And it will save you. The things that you do to protect yourself in the long run are the things that are going to keep you safe and keep you able to return and work the next day. So the next thing that was really helpful for me, sleep when it's safe, even if it's broken. Any sleep is better than no sleep. Make sure that you have your food ready for you. And the third thing says to exercise as much as possible. And sometimes that's punishment. And some folks that I know use that as punishment for themselves, or they use it as a way to escape from things. That's okay in the short term, but it's not a healthy coping mechanism if you're using it in an unhealthy way. So the thing that I recommend that you do, get up and just go for a walk around your house, your apartment, whatever. Any sort of movement counts. It does not have to be some big exercise program. Don't psych yourself out. Don't go, oh my gosh, I don't have 20 minutes. Don't have the energy for 5 minutes. That's fine. Get up and walk to the fridge. And then take an extra lap around the couch before you sit back down. That movement is going to count, period. That movement counts. Mental health and resiliency doesn't have to be hard. So I encourage you just to start thinking about it. I'll be coming back every so often with videos, and I just hope this gives you a little jump start and reminds you that it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy. It can be okay, and you can build that resiliency even if you didn't start out with it.